Thank you. Thank you. What a great crowd we have here tonight. Wow. You guys are setting records here, let me tell you. It is so good to be back here in Fort Worth, Texas. This is my favorite place on the campaign trail, my old stomping grounds, if you will. I have always loved three things about Texas: barbecue, hardworking people, and people that love this great country that we are desperately trying to save. Am I right? And if you vote for the Trump administration on November 8th, that is exactly what you will be doing, saving this great country. Together, hear that word, together, we will make America great again. And we're going to do that by tackling the big issues that our current administration is too afraid to tackle. We have allowed our current administration to run this country in the ground for far too long. And we cannot, I repeat, we cannot allow them to do that on November the 8th. Things have got to change. We're going to fix things like our current immigration policy. We're going to do what it takes to fix our economy, and we will talk more about that later. And we're going to fix the debacle that is Obamacare and replace it with something that is going to work for all Americans, not just a few. Let's talk about immigration, shall we? I believe that this is a problem that the great people of the state of Texas fully understand and are ready to fix. Are you aware that as of today, there are 11 million illegal immigrants living in this great country? 11 million, a number that can't possibly even be accurate. How can we know exactly how many there are? There could be 3 times that amount as far as we know. And our current administration, and namely my opponent, would love not to reduce that number, but rather add to that number. Our current administration would like to continue the use of sanctuary cities, illegal amnesties that, might I add, go against what our law and Congress would like to happen, but have been overruled. Open borders. The list goes on. My opponent would like to begin immediately by opening up our borders to 600,000 Syrian refugees, people from a region that is known for hating Americans and crimes against women. And this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. The plans are very well laid out with our current administration and my opponent to make it even easier for illegal immigrants to cross over into our great country by opening up your very borders, Texas, right here in your backyard. A path that we all know has led to drugs, cash, guns, and people into this great state, and furthermore, into our great nation. Let's look at it this way. Here we are in Texas. Y'all have a few dangerous creatures that live here, am I right? One of those being rattlesnakes, especially down south of here. There are people around this state that have to handle these snakes and deal with these snakes on a regular basis. But rest assured, the ones that have to do that take every precaution to ensure their safety and that the risk is minimized when dealing with a potential threat. You don't just invite these critters into your home, and definitely not without taking every step to make sure that you take care of you and yours. And folks, that is exactly what I am planning to do. We are going to do whatever it takes to ensure the safety of our own before we allow people to be in our country. It just makes sense. To make America not only great again, but safe again. Here's how we're going to do that if you vote for the Trump administration in November. We're going to build a wall. That's right, a huge wall that will protect the border of this great state as well as the entire country. The building of this wall will be so great on lots of different fronts. First and foremost, it will put a stop to the major unchecked traffic across our borders. As a result, we will see a substantial decrease in illegal goods and people crossing back and forth into our great state. This wall will also create jobs, another thing that my administration is committed to. We will triple the amount of immigration and custom enforcement agents. We will start a new task force that will allow Border Patrol agents to do their jobs the way they want to and the way they were designed to. We will end Obama's current catch and release program. If you are here illegally or you're here breaking the law, you will be immediately detained and returned to your country of origin. And I don't just mean right back across the border. You will be returned to the furthest point away from the United States of America as possible in your original country. Along with that will be a zero tolerance policy against all criminal aliens, both present and future. If you break the law, you're going home, plain and simple. And not through some 3-year process that may or may not happen. You will be going home immediately. We will stop the funding of all sanctuary cities and put parameters in place to make sure that America's best interest is at heart. That we will not compromise our nation's safety as our current administration and Hillary seem bent on doing. And finally, we will suspend the issuance of visas to countries that do not have an adequate screening process for our safety. Now, this doesn't mean that those people will never be allowed to enter our country, but to do so, they will have to update their processes so that we can ensure the highest level of safety for America and her citizens. It's time that we work together to return the United States of America to a sovereign nation that has the authority and the guts to protect our borders and protect our citizens. Now, how about this? Let me ask y'all a question. How many of you are happy with where our economy is going? Under our current administration, we have continued the downward slide economically as Americans. Oh, they've worked hard to take care of everyone except the American people. They have really worked hard to take care of themselves, let me tell you. And do we think that that would get any better in November if Hillary is elected? It's laughable to think about. The Clintons have profited millions upon millions of dollars while not working to take care of your money. If you vote to make America great again in November, we have a simple yet revolutionary process that will drastically change the direction of our economy and will directly benefit you, the American people. We're going to start by immediately and diligently working towards making America a completely energy independent nation. We've bought oil and other energy sources from other countries for far too long and at the expense of the American people. We are allowing people that would naturally be our enemies to take advantage of us because of decisions made by our current administration concerning our energy sources and how hard it is to get those right here on American soil. This will result in more jobs, independence from other countries, and at a better rate of savings for our people. I will do this by revisiting our offshore drilling policies and availability, the Keystone Project, as well as explore other sources that are right here for us in America. Speaking of jobs, how would you feel about all of those jobs that we outsource to other countries coming back home to the United States of America and creating hundreds of thousands of jobs for American citizens? Here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to start day one in office, applying the pressure to major corporations that have moved their factories overseas. We will start by imposing whatever tariff is necessary to make them realize that it is in their best interest to move those factories and plants back here to the USA. See, this is why I love Texas. Y'all understand the value of hard work and the importance of the phrase American made. Now, let me say, we will also work to take care of those companies that decide to move their headquarters back here by making changes to our current tax laws that will help them become more profitable while also being affordable for you, the American people. Now, while we're on the subject of taxes, How many of you would be happy if you could see more money on your paycheck without having to work any harder? All of us, right? Well, that is exactly what will happen if you will vote for the Trump administration in November. We are going to pin the largest and most effective tax cuts in history. There will be a major tax relief for our middle class, a group that our current administration and my opponent have decided to completely ignore. Americans will begin noticing more money in their pockets immediately after I am in office as president. We will also work to simplify the tax codes so that it makes it easier to understand and will make it easier for people to understand, and as a result will help put more money back into their pockets. The last thing that I would like to discuss with you all today is the issue of your healthcare possibilities. We have all witnessed the train wreck that has been the process of Obamacare. We could talk for hours today about how Obamacare has failed the American people. But today, what I would like to do is tell you what we're going to do. That's the thing about our campaign. We are about a call to action, a call to change, a call to make America great again. Obamacare was just another way for the administration to take all the control out of the American people's hands and allow them to be in charge of your decisions. We will provide a better, more effective alternative to Obamacare that will put the control back in your hands. It will allow you to make the decisions that will work better for you. We will work to negotiate with hospitals and clinics to come up with more affordable options available to you, and we'll seek ways to make private health care more affordable and better. I hope that as we talk today that you are able to catch a vision of how horribly off track things have gotten in our political system, how crooked the current administration is, and just how much worse it would be if Hillary was elected president. We have laid out a few plans tonight that we believe would start the ball rolling in our nation. The movement of change, the movement of putting our citizens first, and most importantly, the movement of making America great again. Thank you and good night.